Hello everyone, and I hope everybody is doing perfectly fine. So today I'm starting with a new chapter, that is kidney. So we'll discuss renal disease in approximately 6-7 classes. I shall try to cover it. So today what I'll be discussing is basic discussion about the normal terminologies, basic histology of different renal disease which is affecting the different components of our kidney. So to begin with, why I'm showing you this picture, just to make you aware. See, red is the arterial system, blue the renal vein, calyx, these all I'm showing I've highlighted in blue just to show you the vascular network of kidney. It is so complex. So going with the complexity which the complexity of the structure which kidney has. So this is a very nice definition of human which has been given in Robbins. This definition was given by Sir Isaac Denison in Seven Gothic Tales. So how you define human? So human is what? It's an indigenous machine where different infinite artfulness are used to convert the red wine of Shiraz into urine. So what is implied? That it takes lot of effort, infinite effort to do or put some art into picture. Correct? So this human kidney, it serves to convert approximately 1700 liters of blood per day to 1 liter of highly concentrated fluid, that is urine. So when you are sent with random urine examination जो हम देखते हैं ना, urine RE करना है patient का, so it is not simple test, correct? Obviously the collection and the test procedure is very simple, but with the urine sample, what innumerable causes you can get, that what pathology the patient is having, what disease the patient is having, you can have a clue towards it. So each and every test which the patient undergoes holds a certain importance, correct? So see, 1700 liter of blood concentrated into 1 liter of urine that is excreted from our body system. So what are the basic functions of kidney? पहला तो फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है जो अभी हमने देखा कि एक्सक्रीशन के लिए, so, जो भी मेटाबॉलिज्म के एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं, वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं, so those are excreted by this urinary system. And accurately also it regulates the body's concentration of water, salt, calcium, phosphorus, anions and cations. So it kidney tries to maintain an appropriate acid base balance of plasma, and it also acts as an endocrine organ secreting hormones like erythropoietin, renin, prostaglandins, and it also has a role in vitamin D regulation. So see, to perform all these functions, kidney require a high degree of complexity in its structure. So renal disease, when we talk about, it accounts for significant mortality and morbidity all over the world. Uh, One data I want to share, see how economically it creates a burden on the nation. So for one person annually, if that person is on dialysis, maintain $72,000 per person per year is spent. So you can see, and America, this in 2015, it's obviously an old data, approximately 6,60,000 American, they had end-stage renal disease. End-stage renal disease is where your glomerular filtration rate is less than 5% of your normal kidney function. So see how significant this problem is, and because the kidney has complex structure, so what it does, it adapts to all the disease state. तो जो functional impairment होगी वो बहुत late आती है, ठीक है? Other disease which can affect kidney like acute kidney injury हो सकती है, infection, recurrent UTI, that is urinary tract infection, can be there. Patient can have kidney stone, urinary obstruction due to tumors at various level in our urinary system. So now the main topic of discussion is our disease entity, which we will be covering in our subsequent lecture. So जब हमें किडनी पढ़ना है, when we are reading basically this disease, medical disease of kidney and surgical disease of kidney होती है, ठीक है? So medical disease of kidney, when you are talking about, जो basic morphologic components होते हैं वो ये है. We'll focus on glomeruli. We'll focus on tubules, interstitium and blood vessels. So I'll be discussing disease under these headings. So this is in this picture, right hand side you can see. I'll take another color. See, ये जो blue से मैं mark कर रही हूँ round, this is your glomeruli, fine. Then this are your tubules. So many tubules are there, correct? और जो tubule के बीच में spaces होती हैं, between two tubules, the boundary you can say, thin areas, septated areas. So those are your interstitium and vessel. Some in this picture is not prominent. So vessels यहाँ पे देख सकते हो, छोटा सा capillary है. So this 4 components जो होती हैं, जिसमें हमें जो disease होता है वो affect इन चारों component को कर सकता है. तो जो glomerular disease होते हैं, they are basically your immune mediated disease. ठीक है? Why we study under different headings. Tubules और interstitium के जो disease होते हैं ना, so this tubule and interstitium, so they are mainly affected by infection, toxins. और जो vascular disease होती है, blood vessel जो कहीं भी system में vessels को involve करता है, वो disease you can get here in kidney as well. So renal pathology when we talk about, so normal kidney आपको पता होनी चाहिए. Congenital disease होती हैं like horseshoe kidneys, then polycystic kidney disease, then cysts can be there. So our main what focus will be here is glomerular, tubular, interstitial and blood vessel. There are obstruction also which I'll be dealing. Tumors also, kidney tumor, cystic lesions of kidney. So all those I'll be discussing in my subsequent lectures. So when we talk about renal disease, so हमें पहले से clinical picture पता होनी चाहिए patient की, like what are the different clinical manifestations the patient will present with, जो kidney का disease का patient है. So one is azotemia. So what is that? When we go for the kidney function test, so 2 prime जो हमारे tests होते हैं, एक होता है urea levels and serum urea and creatinine levels. So basically they define the functional status of your kidney. So elevation of blood urea, nitrogen and creatinine levels. So that is your azotemia. Patient can have decreased GFR, that is glomerular filtration rate, and this azotemia can be seen in many renal disorder, extra renal disorder में भी आप देख सकते हो, and acute and chronic kidney injury दोनों में देख सकते हैं हम, ठीक है? So there can be pre-renal azotemia and post-renal azotemia as well. Pre-renal azotemia जब kidney की kidney की perfusion में affect हो रहा हो, like when there is hypoperfusion of kidney which is affecting or impairing the renal function, but there is no parenchymal damage. Kidney के morphology में change नहीं आ रहा है. So it can be because of your hypotension, excessive fluid loss, or if effective intravascular volume is decreased due to various causes like shock, volume depletion, congestive heart failure, or cirrhosis of liver. Then post-renal azotemia, it is basically obstruction to urine flow and distal to, this is occurring where the kidney, distal to the kidney, you can say. अगर कोई ureteric stone है, ये ureteric tumor है, वहाँ start हो रहे हैं, ठीक है? So azotemia and uremia. Azotemia, as I said you, this is elevation of blood urea, nitrogen and serum creatinine. Along with that, if the patient is presenting with clinical sign and symptom, so along with elevated urea levels and creatinine levels, if patient has clinical sign symptom of urinary problems, so that is basically called as uremia. So uremia is failure of renal excretory functions and host of metabolic and endocrine alteration. So that is occurring in the body in patient of uremic failure. So अगर दूसरे organ को involve कर रहा है, suppose this uremia is affecting your GIT, so it will be uremic gastroenteritis, and other like peripheral neuropathy हो सकती है if the involvement is within the peripheral nerves, and if heart is involved, patient can present with uremic fibrinous pericarditis. So you'll hear commonly these two terms, nephritic syndrome and nephrotic syndrome. So you need to have basic difference क्या होता है clinically and histologically that I'll discuss in the individual detail when I discuss individual disease. So nephritic क्या है? This is also an inflammatory glomerular disease. ठीक है? Important point when you have to remember is there is grossly visible hematuria. RBCs you see in urine. So when you see urine under microscope, so you get microscopic hematuria. RBCs are distorted in shape. There is dysmorphic RBC. You see clusters of RBC together appearing in urine, which is not normally seen. This is red cell cast. So this all we see on routine microscopic examination. Patient का GFR will be decreased and see proteinuria. जो nephritic syndrome की proteinuria होती है, that is mild to moderate. When you see nephrotic syndrome, So it is gross nephrotic range proteinuria, more than 3.5 gram per day, which is excreted. So that is nephrotic syndrome. So nephritic, it is more of RBC abnormality, gross visible hematuria you are seeing with dysmorphic RBC, red cell cast, diminished GFR, mild to moderate proteinuria, and patient can present with hypertension as well. So classic presentation जो हम disease discuss करेंगे nephritic syndrome का, so we'll discuss acute post streptococcal glomerulonephritis or post infectious glomerulonephritis कह सकते हो, PIGN or PSGN. And RPGN is rapidly progressive glomerulonephritis. Why we call it rapidly progressive? Because we see that the GFR जो होता है वो decrease हो जाता है within hours and days. Then coming to a nephrotic syndrome. So this is also a glomerular disease. Here जो हमने difference देखा nephritic syndrome में कि this is heavy proteinuria that is more than 3.5 gram per day and patient obviously जब proteinuria हो रही है तो patient land up in hypoalbuminemia, patient has severe edema, hyperlipidemia होती है, derangement in your lipid profile and lipiduria, that is lipid starts appearing in urine. Sometimes asymptomatic hematuria or proteinuria can also be seen or combination of this. So subtle glomerular abnormalities में these features can be seen. Now, so today we are basically discussing the different terminologies or histopicture जो हम कैसे define करते हैं क्योंकि when we go into individual component disease wise जैसे हम glomerular disease पढ़ेंगे तो we should be well versed with these terms. That's why I'm focusing on these things. So acute kidney injury पहले we used to call it as ARF. So now we say it as acute kidney injury, chronic kidney injury कहते हैं हम इसको. So acute kidney injury में क्या होता है? There is dysregulation of fluid and electrolyte balance. Your normal excretion is hampered, leading to retention of the waste products and increase in levels of urea and creatinine. Sometimes there can be reduce in flow of urine or complete absence of passage of urine, that is anuria. Either of the four components, glomeruli, tubules, interstitium, blood vessel, anything which is affected can lead to your acute kidney injury. Then coming to chronic kidney injury, क्या होती है? This earlier as I said you, it is also referred to as chronic renal failure. So how you define CKD? So you have to follow the patient for 3 months. उसमें हम देखते हैं trend of GFR, how GFR is falling down. So presence of diminished GFR, which is persistently less than 16 milliliter per minute per 1.73 meter square for at least 3 months. Then you label it as chronic kidney disease. It can be from any cause or persistent albuminuria. ठीक है, may present silent decline भी increase, silently भी decline कर सकता है ये in milder forms and sometimes with prolonged and severe symptoms like uremia in severe cases. So end result of all chronic renal parenchymal disease is your chronic kidney disease. So nephrotic picture, you got it clinically how they present. Then acute kidney injury, chronic kidney injury. So end stage ESRD जो होता है, that is end stage renal disease. See GFR when it is less than 5% of your normal, so that is terminal stage of uremia. Only 5% functioning of kidney is left, that is your end stage kidney disease. Then you go to renal tubular defects. उसमें क्या आता है, जो renal tubule के defect होते हैं उसमें patient present करता है with polyuria, nocturia, that is increase in frequency of urine at night, electrolyte disturbances. So there could be tubular structure defect also. There could be functional defect because of some inherited or acquired disease like familial nephrogenic diabetes, renal tubular acidosis, or acquired causes like lead nephropathy. So all those can cause these symptoms. Then other disease which we'll be discussing are like urinary tract obstruction, renal tumor. So that will give you symptom based on the location of the tumor or the stone. So UTI is what? Bacteriuria होती है, pyuria. Pus cells you will start seeing in urine. Sometimes infection can be symptomatic, sometimes it can be asymptomatic as well. So when kidney is affected by inflammation उसको कहते हैं हम pyelonephritis, और अगर bladder में infection होता है उसको हम कहते हैं cystitis. So these are medical terms you should be well versed with. The nephrolithiasis is renal stone जो हम use करते हैं. So colic. So see, different types of pain has been described. So with that we can know that we can get a clue to that kind of disease. So renal colic is a very severe curling type of pain. Hematuria present करेगा patient stone में, and often with this spasmodic pain or renal colic pain occurs more often with recurrent stone formation. With chronic kidney disease, as I said you, 11% of US. So why we take this US data from the different countries? Like depends on the incidence of that disease in that country, the load which that disease has in that country, and the proper record system which we follow. So that gives you a clear picture, and then we can know the average frequency. So this chronic kidney disease is basically end result of variety of renal disease. Mostly क्या होता है? Diabetes, hypertension. Major cause of death है from renal disease when the function has been already stopped. ठीक है? So ये जो GFR होता है, glomerular filtration rate. So that gives you a picture कि how in what state your kidney is and what is the current functional status of your kidney. So these are various symptoms, signs, symptoms जो होंगे patients में. That is like अगर dehydration, edema, hyperkalemia, metabolic acidosis, then hyperphosphatemia, hypocalcemia, renal osteodystrophy. In blood you can see anemia or bleeding diathesis. Then this can affect your cardiopulmonary system leading to cardiomyopathy, CHF, hypertension. GIT में non-specific symptoms हो सकते हैं like esophagitis, gastritis, colitis, nausea, vomiting. Neuromuscular and dermatological manifestation can also be noted in patients with CRF and uremia. Now coming to glomerular disease. So see, जो glomerular, चार हम common में पढ़ना है, glomeruli, tubules, interstitium, blood vessels. Again I am repeating so that you get a clear picture of it. Okay. So glomeruli, it may be injured by variety of factors and in association with several systemic disease. So systemic disease, primary glomerular disease are different. Secondary disease होती हैं like systemic lupus erythematosus, hypertension, metabolic disease like diabetes mellitus, and some hereditary conditions like Fabry's disease, they affect your glomeruli. These are secondary glomerular disease. Okay. So disorder in which kidney is the predominant organ, no systemic involvement of other system. Okay. So that is because of some inflammatory component which is going on in glomeruli that is resulting in your primary glomerulopathy. So these are, so glomerular disease हम primary, systemic and hereditary इन तीन category में divide करते हैं. So primary glomerulonephritis are your PSGN, RPGN, membranous nephropathy, minimal change disease, FSGS, that is focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, membranoproliferative glomerulonephritis, IgA nephropathy, dense deposit disease. सिस्टमिक डिजीज जहां ग्लोमेरुलर इन्वॉल्वमेंट होती है, मतलब सिस्टमिक डिजीज जो आपके ग्लोमेरुलाई को अफेक्ट करता है, वो होता है एसएलई, डायबिटीज, आई टोल्ड यू, अमाइलॉइडोसिस, गुड पास्चर, माइक्रोस्कोपिक पोलिंजाइटिस, ग्रानुलोमेटोसिस विद पोलिंजाइटिस है, हेनॉक्सकॉन एंड पर्प्यूरा, देन हेरिडिटरी डिसऑर्डर्स आई सेड, Alport syndrome, thin basement membrane disease and Fabry's disease. So when we study this clinical manifestation जो हमने पढ़े, I told you in detail about nephritic syndrome and nephrotic syndrome का clinical picture. So nephritic is जो important points क्या है? Gross hematuria देखा था आपने, variable proteinuria, mild to moderate हो सकता है, dysmorphic RBCs देखे थे हमने, oliguria, edema, hypertension. So nephrotic syndrome में हम क्या देख रहे हैं? More than 3.5 gram per day proteinuria, that is nephrotic range proteinuria कहते हैं. Hypoalbuminemia होती है. Then you have hyperlipidemia and lipiduria. So these are features of your nephrotic syndrome. RPGN जो rapidly progressive है, ये acute stage में आएगा with proteinuria and acute renal failure. Chronic kidney disease, patient will have azotemia, uremia, which is progressing over months to year. Deteriorate होता जाएगा धीरे धीरे with, how will you know it? By measuring the GFR. Then isolated urinary abnormalities लेके भी glomerular disease हो सकता है, ठीक है? Now coming to important point, that is structure of glomeruli. So this is very important. So glomeruli जो होती है ना, this is basically anastomosic network of capillaries. और capillaries की lining क्या होती है? Endothelium से. Endothelium, they are fenestrated, they are holes. So by two layers of, they are, this capillary endothelial lining जो होती है ना, that is they are covered by two layers of epithelial cell. अंदर होता है इसके visceral cell, बाहर होता है parietal cells. So visceral epithelial cells, they are also known as your podocyte. I'll show you in diagram. So they are intrinsic part of the capillary wall and they are separated from endothelial cells by basement membrane. So ये हो गया basement membrane, endothelial cell and visceral epithelial cell. और जो parietal epithelium होती है, that lines your urinary space which is on Bowman's capsule, right? So coming to this picture, actually this picture I like the most when I study kidney. Okay? So see, this is what आपका ये है पूरा एक glomeruli. You are, what you are doing is giving a section. ठीक है, आपने कट दिया वो section we are seeing here in this picture बड़ा वाला, right? जो येलो बाउंड्री वाले सेल्स देख रहे हो आप, दिस is lining the urinary space, because this, the yellow one I'm filling is, or you can say I take what color, purple. तो जो ये white वाला है, purple color है, जो white जो area में जिसमें purple कर रही हूँ, this is your urinary space. Urinary space is lined by your parietal epithelium with the parietal cells. Fine. Second thing, this is endothelium, this is capillary, and this lining is your endothelial lining. So this is fenestrated, round देख रहे हो आप इसमें. So these all are your fenestration in the endothelium. Fine. And then इस endothelium की lining किससे हो रही है? देखो, these all are visceral epithelial cells. ठीक है? So this blue जो हो रही है ना, these all are your, this blue line जो आप देख रहे हो लंबे लंबे रॉड जैसे हैं, so these all are your visceral cells, visceral epithelial cells, or you can say podocyte. So parietal cell is lining your urinary space, then capillary है, उसकी lining होती है endothelial cells की. endothelial cells में होते हैं fenestration, और endothelial cells के बाहर आपको मिल रहा है visceral epithelial cells, which are also known as podocytes, also known as your foot processes. ठीक है? So ये कैपिलरी है तो इसके अंदर से आरबीसी जाएंगे, और ये यूरिनरी स्पेस है तो यहाँ से यूरिन पास होगा, एक्सक्रीट होगा. ठीक है? सो दिस इज द बेसिक फंक्शन. अब ये चारों कॉम्पोनेंट में बताए, पैराइटल सेल्स, विसरल एपिथेलियम, कैपिलरीज, एंडोथेलियल लाइनिंग, बेसल मेम्ब्रेन, ये सारे. अब इनको एक बेसिक बैकग्राउंड में होल्ड कौन कर रहा है? बीच में जो यू आर सीइंग अ ग्रीन थिंग, दिस इज मेसेंजियम. सो दिस इज अ मैट्रिक्स मटेरियल विद मेसेंजियल सेल्स व्हिच इज होल्डिंग. नहीं तो ये अलग अलग कंपोनेंट हो जाएंगे. फाइन. सो दिस आर बीइंग हेल्ड टुगेदर बाय दिस मेसेंजियल मैट्रिक्स. सो दिस इज द इलेक्ट्रॉन माइक्रोस्कोपिक पिक्चर. ठीक है? जो हम देखते हैं, जैसे एपिथेलियल है, ये सारे विसरल एपिथेलियल सेल्स हैं. ठीक है? जो फूड प्रोसेस है. और दीज आर द एंडोथेलियल सेल पोर, जो फेनेस्ट्रेशंस होते हैं एंडोथेलियल लाइनिंग में. ठीक है? सो दिस इज द scanning electron microscope picture, and this is the transmission electron microscope picture. How you see it, because with normal picture you cannot see the fenestration in your endothelial lining, but see these are the fenestration जो आपको gap में दिख रहा है, this is your fenestration. So glomerular capillary wall जो हमने देखा, lumen capillaries जो आप देख रहे हो, these are basically a filtering membrane. और उसमें क्या होती है? एक fenestrated जो दिख रहा है आपको endothelial cells. ठीक है? And then you have glomerular basal membrane जिसपे वो endothelial cell attached होते हैं. ठीक है? तो glomerular basal membrane के भी layers हैं. थिक लेयर जो होती है, सेंट्रल लेयर, वो होता है लमाइना डेंसा, और उसके अंदर होती है लमाइना रारा इंटरना, उसके बाहर होता है लमाइना रारा एक्सटर्ना. दैट इज योर जीबीएम का लेयर्स. देन जो ग्लोमेरुलर बेसल मेम्ब्रेन होती है, इट कंसिस्ट ऑफ योर टाइप 1 कोलेजन, लैमिनिन, पॉलीएनाइनिक प्रोटियोग्लाइकेंस, फाइब्रोनेक्टिन, इंटेक्टिन एंड ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन्स. सो दिस इज इलेक्ट्रॉन माइक्रोस्कोपिक पिक्चर. आप देखो, आई विल शो यू. So these are the podocytes, जो सारे variable size हैं. ठीक है? So these are visceral epithelial cells which are also known as podocytes, also known as foot process, as I said you. और बीच बीच में जो इनके गैप है, ये हैं सारे filtration slits. So this is the diagram. ठीक है? So visceral epithelial cells जो मैंने बताया कि podocytes होते हैं, so they possess your interdigitating process embedded in and adherent to the lamina rara externa of basal membrane. ठीक है? और उनके बीच में foot process, they are separated by wide filtration slit. I showed you in the electron microscopic picture. So and entire this tuft, glomerular tuft जो हो रहा है ना, is supported by your mesangium. As I told you, this green background है जो आपको support कर रहा है. ठीक है? तो जो mesangial cells होते हैं ना बीच में, ये वाले, so they are mesenchymal in origin, contractile, phagocytic function है. They are capable of proliferation. They lay down matrix and collagen. They secrete many biological mediators. They have many role in different types of glomerulonephritis. So this normal glomeruli जो होती है ना, they are highly permeable to water and small solute because of the fenestrated end of endothelium. क्योंकि blood को ही 1700 liters of blood is getting considered into 1 liter of urine. So just imagine जो कैपिलरी में fenestrations है ना, तो blood, अगर blood के सारे blood में हमारे सारे metabolic waste products होते हैं. ठीक है? तो अगर हम सारे blood components चले जाएंगे उस fenestration से और वो excrete कर जाएंगे यूरिन में, so what happens, उसको रोकना कैसे है ल्यूमन में, कि all the important solutes also they don't pass out through that fenestration. So this permeability जो होती है ना, कौन सा solute या toxin बाहर जाएगा, वो depend करता है size पे of the solute and charge, which is the more cationic they are more permeable. ठीक है? So they will go out. So this size and charge dependent barrier is very important. and that is set according to the structure of the capillary wall. And that's why we don't get albumin in the urine, normal urine. Why? Because albumin is anionic molecule, and more cationic the molecule, the more they will be going into the urine, pass through that capillary endothelium. So this picture actually we know visceral epithelial cells, also known as foot process, the podocytes, बीच में slit जो gap है, these are the slit diaphragm, ठीक है? And then two important gene which you should know is nephrin and podocin. वो I'll tell you. देखो दो podocyte है, this is podocyte number 1 and this is podocyte number 2. So what you're seeing, two podocytes are, or the foot process are being connected by nephrin. तो नेफ्रिन ने इन दोनों को दो पोडोसाइट्स को कनेक्ट करके रखा हुआ है विद अ फिल्ट्रेशन स्लिट हियर. दिस इज योर बेसल मेम्ब्रेन ऑफ द एंडोथेलियल लाइनिंग एंड दिस आर द फेनेस्ट्रेटेड सेल्स ऑफ एंडोथेलियम. ठीक है. अब एक नेफ्रिन में डिफेक्ट अगर होगा तो भी डिजीज होगा. और एक होती जो एक्टिन फिलामेंट्स हैं पोडोसाइट के. सो जो देखो आप थ्रेड लाइक जो 3 एक्टिन फिलामेंट्स हैं, इसको नेफ्रिन से जोड़ के रखने के लिए वी नीड अ सेकेंड जीन. दैट पर्पल कलर जो आपको दिख रहा है, दिस इज योर podocin. The two gene you remember, nephrin and podocin. Their defect also leads to some congenital disease. We'll discuss in next class. So this is the histological picture जो हम normal sections में देखते हैं. ठीक है. Glomeruli के. So this is your glomeruli and this is your tubules. Fine. And this is pastane. Pastane जो हम use करते हैं ना, this is जो कैपिलरी के जो हमारे बेस मेम्ब्रेन होते हैं वो हाईलाइट हो रहे हैं इससे. So they appear more. So when you need to see the abnormality in the basal membrane, we need periodic acid shift stain. So which will highlight the thickening, whether the basal membrane is thickened or not. This is just rough diagram just being made. कि देखो जो mesangium हमने वो cut section में देखा था. So this is mesangium with the mesangial cells. Here you have the capillary lumen. The capillaries की lining होती है glomerular basal membrane. Then you have these are the endothelial cells. और जो कैपिलरी की लाइनिंग कौन करता है? पोडोसाइट. दैट इज ब्लू वाला जो है दैट इज विसरल एपिथेलियल सेल्स. यूरिनरी स्पेस को लाइन करता है ओवरऑल साइड से पैराइटल सेल्स. सो व्हेन यू सी नो द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ग्लोमेरुलस, अब पता है क्या होगा कि पैथोलॉजिकल रिस्पॉन्स हम कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये पीएसजीएन की फाइंडिंग्स है या ये रैपिडली प्रोग्रेसिव ग्लोमेरुलोनेफ्राइटिस की हिस्टोलॉजिकल फाइंडिंग है. सो बेसिकली 4 डिफरेंट टिश्यू रिएक्शंस होते हैं. जब आप सेक्शन देखोगे आप बोलोगे ग्लोमेरुलाई इज हाइपरसेलुलर. सो हाइपरसेलुलर कैसे हो रहा है वो? बिकॉज देयर आर सेल्स विच आर प्रोलिफरेटिंग. नॉर्मल सेल्स सपोज आपको 10 दिख रहे हैं, आपको 100 दिख रहे होते हैं, यू कैन से इट इज हाइपरसेलुलर. तो हाइपरसेलुलरिटी कैसे डिटरमाइन करोगे? प्रोलिफरेशन ऑफ मेसेंजियल और एंडोथेलियल सेल्स. देन infiltration of leukocytes, neutrophil, lymphocyte, monocytes बढ़ जाते हैं. Then what is endocapillary proliferation? When there is infiltration of leukocytes, ठीक है, या mesangial cells की और endothelial cells बढ़ रहे हैं नंबर में. So those are your endocapillary proliferation. Then what are crescents? So these are accumulation of cells composed of proliferating glomerular epithelial cells with inflammatory cells. So parietal cell proliferation you can say with infiltration of your leukocytes. So that is creating your crescents. Moon like शुरू हो जाता है, glomerular inside बनना शुरू हो जाता है. So epithelial cell proliferation that characterizes the crescent formation. So how it see? Plasma protein जो होता है ना, it leaks into the urinary space. फिर वो क्या होता है? Those are exposed to your procoagulants like tissue factor which leads to fibrin deposition. फिर वहाँ एक्टिवेशन होती है coagulation factor की like thrombin. So they trigger the formation of crescents. तो यहाँ देखो glomerular tuft and margin में आप देखो crescent shaped बनना शुरू हो गया. There is proliferation of the parietal cells and then what happening? Inflammatory cells आना शुरू हो जाएंगे. Fibrin deposition is the initiating factor. So ये बनाते बनाते क्या करेगा? This glomerular जो होंगी main glomeruli will go shrunken हो जाएगा and whole this glomerulus will become sclerosed or filled with this crescent. Then basement membrane thickening I had showed you pastane पे. Light microscopy में हम thickening of the capillary wall देख सकते हैं, but better visualized by the pastane. Then we have the role of electron microscopy is very important in diagnosis of kidney disease. Based on location कि जो immune deposit है वो सब epithelial location पे है, सब endothelial location पे है, because in different disease they appear differently. Then what are the different terms है? कुछ hyalinosis, sclerosis, ठीक है? These are hyalinosis is what? It's hyaline जो होती है extracellular amorphous material है which is basically plasma protein which comes from the circulation into the glomerular structure. सो व्हेन बहुत ज्यादा इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं वो, सो दे विल व्हाट दे विल डू, कैपिलरी ल्यूमन को ही ऑब्स्ट्रक्ट करना शुरू कर देंगे, ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन टू द ल्यूमन हो जाएगा. सो दे विल स्टार्ट दिस इओसिनोफिलिक मटेरियल, दे विल अमॉर्फस मटेरियल, दे विल ऑक्यूपाई द कैपिलरी ल्यूमन. ठीक है, एंड दे विल रिजल्ट इन ग्लोमेरुलर डैमेज. स्क्लेरोसिस में ये एक्स्ट्रा सेलुलर कोलेजनस मटेरियल अगर डिपॉजिट हो जाता है, सो इट कैन बी कन्फाइंड टू योर मेसेंजियम में भी हो सकती है, लाइक इन डायबिटिक ग्लोमेरुलोस्क्लेरोसिस, और इन्वॉल्विंग द कैपिलरी लूप्स, और बोथ. So this is the picture I am showing you. So the normal kidney आप पता है जो अभी तक हमने पढ़ा, 4 components, glomeruli, tubules, interstitium, blood vessels. Fine. तो ये देखो, this is a normal glomeruli. Fine. And this is a sclerosed glomeruli. So in this section you have 2 sclerosed glomeruli. धीरे धीरे functioning खत्म glomerulus की. And this is tubules. नॉर्मली क्या था, 2 टिब्यूल के बीच में जगह बहुत थिन सेप्टेशंस की तरह होती है. Here what you are seeing, interstitium is expanded and filled with inflammatory cells. ठीक है, and in between sometimes you get some vessels. So जो ग्लोमेरुलोपैथी, जो इंडिविजुअल ग्लोमेरुलस होता है ना, वो कितना सेगमेंट इन्वॉल्व हुआ है उसके बेसिस पे हम डिफाइन कर सकते हैं. जैसे डिफ्यूज और फोकल एक साथ पढ़ो आप. डिफ्यूज इज इन किडनी सारे ग्लोमेरुलाई अफेक्टेड है, उसको कहते हैं डिफ्यूज इन्वॉल्वमेंट ऑफ ग्लोमेरुलाई. अगर कुछ फ्रैक्शंस ऑफ ग्लोमेरुलाई इन्वॉल्व है उसको हम कहते हैं फोकल इन्वॉल्वमेंट. सो डिफ्यूज एंड फोकल. देन ग्लोबल एंड सेगमेंटल. द डायग्राम आई शोड यू वाज अ ग्लोबल स्क्लेरोसिस सिंगल इंडिविजुअल का. सो ग्लोबल हम कब कहेंगे, जब इंडिविजुअल ग्लोमेरुलाई इज अफेक्टेड टोटली. व्हेन इंडिविजुअल ग्लोमेरुलाई इज अफेक्टेड सेगमेंटली, जैसे अगर हाफ ग्लोमेरुलाई स्क्लेरोज हो रही है ना, सिंगल ग्लोमेरुलाई, उसको कहते हैं हम सेगमेंटल. Then capillary loop or mesangial matrix can also be affected. So these are the different terminologies which we use when we discuss the kidney. So basic idea of today's discussion was to give you an insight of normal histology and basic pathological components or disease which we'll be studying. Like what are the different changes which are occurring in the basically 4 components: glomeruli, tubules, interstitium, and blood vessels. So we'll be dealing our kidney disease in these headings. Fine. I just wanted to you to be well versed with the different clinical symptoms also. क्योंकि हम किडनी में जैसे बेसिक डिजीज हम पढ़ते हैं, नेफ्राइटिक सिंड्रोम क्लिनिकल पिक्चर एंड नेफ्रोटिक सिंड्रोम. सो व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट फीचर्स ऑफ नेफ्राइटिक सिंड्रोम? दैट इज ग्रॉस माइक्रोस्कोपिक हिमेचूरिया भी हो सकती है, ग्रॉस हिमेचूरिया हो सकती है, डिस्मॉर्फिक आरबीसीज होते हैं, हाइपरटेंशन, देन माइल्ड टू मॉडरेट प्रोटीनूरिया यू कैन गेट. फाइन. बट इन नेफ्रोटिक सिंड्रोम व्हाट you get gross nephrotic range proteinuria of more than 3.5 gram per day excrete कर जाता है. Then you get hyperlipidemia, then lipiduria. So these are the different changes in nephritic and nephrotic, basic differences in nephrotic syndrome. Then what are acute kidney injury, what is chronic kidney injury, azotemia, uremia, what are the different histological basic structure of kidney, that is more important. So I would request you to go and study the basic structure of kidney, the cross section which is given in Robbins as well, very nicely depicted. And so each component you know. So when we know the individual cells, and then comes the histomorphological changes कि glomeruli में हम hypercellularity कब बोलते हैं. So what are the cells that are proliferating, what the changes are you getting in the different components, glomerulus, tubules, interstitium, and blood vessels. So these are the basic picture. In my next lecture I will be discussing glomerulonephritis, that is nephritic syndrome के causes we will be studying. Then we will go to nephrotic syndrome, and in subsequent lecture we will be discussing the tumors of kidney, cystic lesions of kidney. So thank you so much for your patient hearing. Kindly like my channel, subscribe and share. Thank you so much.